Can you hear me? I'm just gonna say my purifier is working overtime with the fireworks. Why does it not get my mic? That's weird. That's strange. That's suspicious. It's so loud. Give me a second. Trying to figure out where the audio is. Oh, there it is. Fine. Alright. Like you could hear the game. Super intense. I'm gonna eat some for my breakfast. Some chips or guac. Some guac. I think you get good chips to the bowl. Need something for ate some cheese like red. There we go. Perfect. Alright. The music is like so loud. Wait. I think I know why the music's so loud. Because I'm an idiot. And I didn't realize what I was doing. There. Come on, get 0. There we go. Perfect. And now we start, for real. Right. Well. Okay, move that just a little bit. There we go. Right. Well, what's going on in my situation? What was Edward's voice? He had a more sophisticated Mr. Wright. Come on, what's that feeling? Where's that voice? You know what I'm saying? Alright, give me a sec. I'm also trying to like fix all this situation on my screen. Yeah, there's more than what meets the eye. Meow 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 meow. Yeah, that it's really bothering me. Okay, I'm just gonna put the headphones down. Right. Well, what's going on with the Maya situation? The killer. Looks like he's got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? You don't have time. Just spit it out now. Right. It looks like we missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in this rush to get away. A few things, huh? Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho! I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crimes lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but we've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry. I'll be there. Wait for me. All right. And just get here in one piece. One piece? I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, yo, what is going on? Did he just... Hey, what's wrong? Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop me? Damn, Max got into a car accident. Fuck. What happened? It sounds like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. But what was he thinking? You've got to hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he was driving a patrol car. So no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there was one way we could find out where he is, then we might stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out where exactly he is at the moment? Is there? Not gonna lie, I have no idea. Oh shit, my dog wants in. BRB. I'm back. I still don't know where to put. Alright, I'm gonna have to go with my gut on this. Fuck. That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure if you find where Detective Gumshoe is, though. Through... Give me a sec. Gotta make sure the audio is perfect. Okay, I am perfectly higher than audio, so that is good. Why are you bringing up Francesca at a time like this? Oh, I see. You want to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francesca, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth? What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what am I doing now? But what I'm doing now, I'm pitting the guilt onto someone totally innocent, using evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? The prosecutor, Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with their handwriting analysis. You have to go make this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do. Bro. Yep, save right here.
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I can understand the defense acting like this. However, you do seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis of Mrs. Impact's suicide note.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. This is a fake.
Order, Mr. Edgeworth, what are you? Would you care to explain what's going on? If this is not written by Mrs. Impacts, then who wrote it?
We would need to do more time to do more detailed analysis, however. It appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Correa. Mr. Correa? Well. It looks like Mrs. Impacts never left this note at all. She never wrote anything about God. However, Your Honor, even though this note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard would not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
That does sound very plausible.
This theory that On Guard had no idea that the note was fake. Something seems wrong with it. Present evidence. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it is impossible for Mr. On Guard to have known it was a fake. Alright.
What is this little item called again?
A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right, a camera! And you kids with your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of the note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that is true, then that means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
So then the defendant knew this note was a fake? And if that is true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it is not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Cordet 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote a note in place of Mr. On Guard to nowhere. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who have dug his own grave.
As I figured.
As you figured?
As I figured, it came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense.
When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. On Guard's motive through the evidence, then UE must prove from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to stand at this time.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering. It's not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth?
The witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who was it who hired Shelley the killer to commit murder. That's impossible. Who is the... No such person exists who can answer the questions with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness?
It is,
Yes, go on, who is it?
The man himself, Mr. Shelley the killer.
Oh, Mr. the Killer! Wait, what? Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here to the witness stand?
Well, yes, in a matter of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is it alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else than drag this trial out. Defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this.
Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Answerworth, is there no other way left for us? Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please.
Very good, son. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say! What is going on here?
Your Honor.
How can you remain so calm? And what's the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what the urgent call he got earlier was about.
Oh no! What will we do? I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this really is Mr. the Killer himself.
Witness, please prevent some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer.
I understand. Please wait a second.
I'm so hungry. Maya!
A voice? Mr. Wright, can you confirm from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what would that be?
At the request of the client, you killed Mr. Juan Cordea, is that correct?
It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Cordea.
Good. Now that we have answered that, let us move to the name of the client. Very well.
This is all a very bad dream. Yes, it is a bad dream.
Shelley's the Killer. What is he gonna say? Is he gonna say powers?
There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish to grasp that concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. It almost seems to be mocking us.
Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by his one belief.
You mean about this trust between clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well,
I thought that was her phone.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Sorry, every time I talk, I hear something in the background. Can we hear what you have to say later? Can you please just tell us your client?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney.
I said it's something I must state first. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Go on.
Well, it appears this witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
Because you don't know about my situation. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between client and himself. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome.
And that is why you're testifying in this manner?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes? That person wouldn't be on my client for very long. They would certainly...
That is enough, please, no more.
Very well. It is only hypothetical anyways. And it seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside their prescribed role.
Their role?
This person tried to implicate another for the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
You! Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't say anything.
The judge just better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. This egomaniacal. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. I won't live long if you let everything bother you. Somehow that's coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close. So, you're gonna have to work with him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. There's something, didn't I just come through this already? I guess we'll do it again. There's something that I missed. Or did I? The person who frames others is the worst kind of human, and that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relationship with a client who can't understand the resign role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really? And in that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear, but you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here on the witness stand. It seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the client name, wouldn't it? Okay. Sorry, broken the rule and acted outside the prescribed role.
Their role?
This person tried to implicate it or not. Didn't I just do that?
You! Who gave them the right to be up?
I read this already.
What is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Your Witness, what is the name of your client to request the murder of Mr. Juan Cordea? That person's name is... Adriana Andres.
What? What?
Witness? That is not what you told me. It was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client. That is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with the court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Met on guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! The witness is telling this is a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness!
You shot killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at this moment is not on guard, am I correct? As you wish. I do help proceed his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive for this instead. Provide the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant knew it was a fake. But the most definitive of all is that we have heard the assassin himself with the name of his client. Mr. the Killer client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Ungod is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, bring Miss Adriana Andrews in immediately.
But now, with the way this is going, Ungard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Mr. Edward is right. The killer is lying. And Ungard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecutor's own witness would absolve the defendant?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. And shall the killer is certainly lying on their oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was a big fat lie. Miss Adrian Andrews. That may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he pulled into Matt's twisted world. The testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself had testified. He said you were his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. A knife that put in on donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know Miss Celeste Impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted to revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say that's plenty of reason to want them both dead.
No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell him. Tell him the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please help me. Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe I've reached the end of the court. Therefore, I ask for defense for the final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Phoenix? Can't do it. Maya, I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Man on Guard is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. It's because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He's gotten on guard convicted so many times over. But he never took a single one of those chances. If I take the verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? Never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we allow further question, Mr. DeKiller.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But the witness is clearly your client. Cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet, you see. Do the witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here, in the very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. DeKiller.
Right away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we'd like to talk with you a little more. About? All you need from me was the name of my client. What's what you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you would know about this case. That's how things are usually done. What is he talking about, usually done?
But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about the client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder that no one likes to go to court? As I have stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is the tampering of the scene of the crime. My clients did have to frame another for the crime while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew the very beginning that Juan Correa was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. The fact that I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules.
This is more unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed.
Just 1 second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the cross-examination to do.
But we don't need a question testimony like this, do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? What the witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize his testimony, then
I'll expose the lies and the so-ho beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Makes two of us. As I have already stated.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, he might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Toddy. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No, I'm not thinking of that.
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that?
Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright! You are hereby declared guilty!
Goddamn, bro. Witness, let's continue. Did you disclose the name of the clients? They are your client, are they not? I really think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Yeah, well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. Diculum. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they would run away with their guilt. Are you talking about the butt of your knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card? So, that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make us easy?
My business card makes it very easy to identify who take care of the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to discard everything to go and stab the deceased with a knife and hide the card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying that my client wouldn't do most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you do something to use my services versus returning, I would suggest you plan your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your services ever. Why did you keep looking at me like that? I went on trial, like I'm the one on trial here. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corteo was dead. From the very beginning? That is correct. Before my client visited their room, all of the clients knew precisely how the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. Not result. But even... Oh no! So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around with the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyways?
That is true.
I assume it is probably done to frame Mr. Ungard. If that is the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. That is all. And you leave my business card behind, naturally. A business card is so my clients may escape blame, to protect them from my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take the fall. Justice. And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to stand again. Again, as you plan to continue? I must ask. I have yet to find a person to take my place and become my fourth successor. Actually, I would like a new life, Mr. Attorney. Excuse me? No, I'm fine. Really.
Are you really now?
He's looking at me like, hey, yo, you better not fucking accept his offer, Mr. Wright. You're accepting his offer, Mr. Wright? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I could do is expose the lies. That is true, however. You realize that will be very bad for our clients, right? I'm so confused. But one thing I know for certain is that I can't let this trial end yet. Alright, presenting the wine glass. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adriana Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Mr. Juan Correa was murdered.
But how? How do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass?
Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Correa had only fainted, which is why the glass of tomato juice was poured from the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That's not possible, Your Honor. The glass bears fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. A witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask for such a minor detail? It's a very important way anyways, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adriana Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have knowledge of Mr. Cordea's death. If not, then that would only mean that Adriana Andrews was never your client at all. How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what you're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry.
Well, that is awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyways, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of the trial lies with those items. This request came from me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meetings with clients is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Mr. Quayle.
1 week ago, are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish when you requested my services, Mr. Attorney. I hope you will keep that in mind.
Please, stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind.
A specific date and time? Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I tried to fulfill my conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
The bear?
The client spoke of it. I'm sure there would be a bear-shaped figure in one Cordea's room. I would like you to recreate that item for me.
You must be talking about the bear puzzle. Inside the figurine was this note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him on the hotel room. It was planned to publicly disclose the contents of the press conference after all.
That is correct. And if I had yet to done my job that night, I would have known where that bear figure was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Killer said sounds plausible, but in the end, it's just his conjecture. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's very important.
Very well, witness. Please continue.
We met the certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters.
So you physically made Adriana Andrews, correct?
Of course I did.
What was that? Why was that a brief pause? Witness, I would like to give you a few more details.
I always make clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That is because I value the trust between my client and myself above all else. That is all to establish that we speak my client while looking at the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was it testimony just now of an importance?
It was not important. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adriana Andrews in person?
I've already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was through taking with her face to face that I began to trust him. That's why I thought I could trust this person as a client.
That is true. They do say you talk face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now of any importance?
If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I got him. Your Honor, I believe his testimony just now was the utmost importance. Huh?
that is the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well. From that moment I saw him, I thought I could trust this person as a client.
But as if we know, that was not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
Adrian Andrews turns out to be a client who doesn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you're correct.
And so I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate?
That is what occurred. I trust my memory that I believe there were no mistakes.
So your client was Adriana Andrews?
That is correct.
Well, he says the two of them met, but if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange at this time around. If you draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion, if you can do that, you should be able to find flaws in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Saw him. And now we present what Adriana Andrews actually looks like. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adriana Andrews at the bar and took the request at that time.
Yes, that is correct.
And that is when you thought he was trustworthy?
How many times do I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelley the killer? You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip-up about her.
So what is the issue? What did you just say now? About her?
If you had met Adrian Andrews in person, one look and would have told you that she is a woman. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking their request. But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. This is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Mrs. Adrian Andrews. Damn.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
I believe it is to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unlucky for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one stated Miss Adrian Andrews' gender, and so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
What? What is going on? Shelley the Killer! This court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up my client with another.
And so that means you remember something different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
I know he's going to spit out more lies.
Very well, but this time please give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. I have been many times when I took the job of having met my client. I requested was the birth of Joker Day, 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name of the end of the letter, I saw my client to be a man.
So you took the job through a letter.
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Well now, let's do the cross-examination.
But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there have been some clients who meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come on now. Let's stop with the cat and mouse. Using your
sickness movies is not gonna work on me.
Alright then. Just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger the witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. The Killer met his clients?
I don't have any proof. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. Then your line of questioning is just another waste of time.
Sadly for yours, for Your Honor. That is the nature of Mr. Right and Wrong. And why would you not meet a certain clients?
Recently, I've been receiving more clients. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities?
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? We have joined the times of take requests via electronic mail.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that via special insulated envelope?
I am very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. That would mean electronic mail is what's commonly referred to as email.
Email?
And a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat the parrot's hands down. Anyways, you took the job without having met your client and...
The request was for the murder of John Ordea and 2 or 3 other small things.
2 or 3 other things?
Yes.
And what were these other things?
Few things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let this slide with that? That'd be really bad if I pushed these buttons the wrong way and got mad. Whether or not they're related to the case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes?
Everything I have said from the beginning has nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you're planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber. I'm sure you turn out to be one.
But wait. Uh-oh. It's looking real bad. I shouldn't press my luck, alright? I have to think. Is it worth pursuing? Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
If it is truly important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine?
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, we defined the figurine. And we saw that the job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was this figurine?
It was inside Mr. Cordeo's suitcase.
And then, just what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
You gave it to your client? Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated into your testimony.
As you wish. One of those you figure out. Perfect and give to Adrian Andrews.
So the killer, if you really had given the bear to Mrs. Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item?
I see where you're going. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Where is this going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to what Mrs. Adriana Andrews' testimony. And I was gonna burn it for her sake. If even a single minute this bear had actually been in Miss Adriana Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken this note and burned it.
Order, order, order. So what? That's where you're going?
So by the very fact that this note is still inside the bear, tells us that the client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means...
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Oh!
Order, order, order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hated traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break the ends of your agreement.
No, that's not.
That is enough! If this is your to touch it, then there is only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, please. I have a matter to must attend to.
No, please. Not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, please bring a trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand otherwise.
What in the Mr. Wright are you... Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't understand this witness outburst just now. Do you think there's a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution,
What has come over everyone? Even you are...
The prosecution... Arrests.
What is going around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day when this most unusual situation, if the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shadow the Killer's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
if the end of trial here right now, then your client met on guard was declared innocent. And this place, Adrian Andrews should be charged with murder.
Mrs. Andrews would be charged with murder?
The prosecution has no further questions, and so we will hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant Matt on guard to the stand.
Linus from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it turns out our time has run out. Can't believe it. Now lies in your hands.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think that you are truly innocent and good person, you have decided you have done enough evil to drive a woman to rah. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
Huh? So, I guess even an old fud dud figured me out.
Mr. Oh God!
What an atrocious lawyer. I have given his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it's just an atrocious, don't you agree? Anyways, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You better get unguarded guilty sentence, okay? But what if I did that? Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Mrs. Andrews will be charged with murder. But if I say he's guilty or not guilty, either choice I make, someone's life is gonna end. It all hinges on what I choose.
Now, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. Is the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews? Then your client, Matt Uncalled, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's gonna say what I want, aren't you?
Right.
I can't do this. I have to decide something. I can't count on evidence to help me anymore and to listen to my heart. My client, Matt on guard, is guilty.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt on guard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt on guard is... Yes, waifu. Francesca von Karma?
What are you doing here? Oh!
You can see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool.
Did you bring it then? The final piece? Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgewood. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. And his injuries are mild. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is!
It's gumshoes. You can spot the tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for the ugliness, but there's nothing else to wrap the items in. I found long and hard this whole trial for all that's inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside the filthy coat is the defendant's final piece of evidence.
Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of the trial.
What? Your Honor, there's a duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Mrs. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this is obviously one obvious rule applies here. That these items do not bring up any new points, and they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Mrs. Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
You must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there'll be something that will turn this whole situation around. like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to the case? We have yet to perform the ballistics test, so I cannot say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with the case, at least with me.
That is a pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it?
That is what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullets they removed from the shoulder as a sort of memento. I am sure that they will be an excellent sample to the test. So that pistol that was used to shoot Francesca, it's probably not gonna help us very much. The second piece of evidence is the video clip. I bet the killer took this from the unguard's mansion. Have you checked the contents of the tape? Unfortunately, there is no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
Did the killer went back for it?
That is right, it looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers on the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is a bellboy's uniform. Is that the uniform from the Gateway Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I am almost certainly it was. There is even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
Yes, without a doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There is a button missing on the uniform.
A button?
There's a very unique button. It is sure they were to recover it. It would provide us with an interesting clue. That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It is just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure we're under normal circumstances. These items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, my question is not who did the killings.
It is who the client.
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Mrs. Von Kalma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? This is the end. Phoenix? I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you just have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how much you think about it, this... Try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There's 2 ways out of this situation for us.
2?
The first... Sir Unguard's wish for the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Unguard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let this hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way is to force the killer to end his contract with Mr. Unguard. If the killer were to no longer think Unguard of his client, then he will let Maya go. Maya? That's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty above his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but it would make it either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he just shown, they're not accepting them. Phoenix, think about things from the other side. Isn't that what has worked for us? The other side? Wait, you mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there's one person who has yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There is no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
And I recall this respectfully. Sit back and listen, kids.
I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying this. It's to us that needs evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you asked for such passion. I grant you one chance.
One chance.
Please show your evidence to who you think the right person.
That is impossible to turn the situation around in one try.
One try? That is, I won't permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya from taking Unguard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's not waste any more time.
Okay.
Who would you like to show evidence to? I see! And now? Tell the court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't have anything to say about this.
What about you, Mrs. Von Kalma?
Well, it was just so.
I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue.
What?
No one understands what you are talking about anymore.
Wait, please, one more chance.
It's enough, Miss Wright. You will now state my verdict. The court finds the verdict Matt on guard. Not guilty. That is all. Your court is adjourned.
And now we wait for the achievement. And just like that, the case come to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I
heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial. She was found guilty, of course. Don't worry about it. This is part of the full percent run. The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. Alright, give me my achievement. For the bad ending, give me my achievement. There we go. I got my achievement. Alright, continue. I'm here. Yes. Now, it is time to actually do the correct ending. Presenting Shelly the Killer.
I see! And now, tell us the court's one piece of evidence that would you like to show this person?
Videotape.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there was some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Bailiff, please bring the transceiver from earlier.
Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you yourself about bringing about speedy end to this route? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show one piece of evidence.
Damn, my throat is gonna die. Damn. Bailiff, smack this man's dick. Smack his dick off. And goes around like a helicopter. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape that was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers to get the attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable ever.
Well, I got another college class coming up.
Alright, see you in a bit then.
Well, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was only told my client not to watch it. So, I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you were on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted the camera?
Well, the only person who could have planted the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Edgers?
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
And that was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why do my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt on guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket to this whole mess. There's only one reason why a client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. They were talking about you and this and what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep them at bay. Even blackmail them if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer?
No! It looks like I'm being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That's the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during this testimony, that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that is right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer's name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
I see. That's all I wanted to know. So that traitor becomes the killer's next target. I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright.
Yes?
My contract with my client is over as of now. It seems I have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What? I'm not an item. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
This trial appears to have come to a conclusion. However, I actually am don't quite know what's just happened here. But the client was, Mrs. Von Karma, where did that?
She always has you in her sights. Now, do I believe it is time to finally hand down a verdict? Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You finally received the acquittal you wanted so bad. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometimes in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this tape. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Is it alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached our end of this very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape from it now. Go on, Phoenix. Play whatever way your heart tells you. Men on guard. Even though I am your lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self guilty? Even if you get an acquittal the instant you set foot out of the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty!
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
Wait, I don't remember you helping me out much in this.
Mr. Edward, how is Matt on guard?
I've left Mrs. Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting the full course meal of whip leather rights about now.
Very good! That was a very close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, I felt with despair. You must be talking about the time Sir Edward really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did.
This witness, how should I put it? He has an illness. If they're gonna say you chose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone in the detention center, that was the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've ever felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so very much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. For myself, there are still a few things I am confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits. And it is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
You're great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? It's the first time you've gotten your clients off. Not gotten your clients off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moment before Mrs. Von Karma arrived with the final piece of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defendant's final statement on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? My client, man on guard is... Is he guilty, or is he not guilty? Those were the choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Right. Edgeworth? I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really? Pearls? You're telling the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Mystic Maya, safe? You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick. Oh, she punches deceptively hard for a child. I can't believe, I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks? What's wrong? Miss Von Karma? About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why, you're still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crossed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand Mrs. Von Karma. How dare you?
Don't worry, she may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories and guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stuck fast against the selfish me. I fought him with my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit on defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
As well as you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with the defeat should crawl in a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realization of something. There was at that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
Well, what is this foolish nonsense?
We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man rode strong with an undying faith. And then before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses, the truth will find a way to make itself known. Only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. You claw and scratch for every inch. You will always eventually reach to that one single truth. This, I promise you.
The truth?
Yes, that is the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you know that already, don't you, Mr. Wright? That is why you couldn't forgive me, this man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Ah, is Mr. Edward right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind and decided that Miles Edwards I knew had died. And at least that's what I told myself.
Oh, you pathetic fool. Mrs. Von Karma. I don't want to hear your wretched verbing. It is disgraceful, loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Francesca threw something at the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver? Isn't that thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Isn't that Mrs. Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying with this action. You should keep this, right? Okay.
Nick?
Maya?
Mystic Maya? Mystic Maya!
Damn, I'm looking old as...
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. It's just we should press our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I could just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost repairly.
Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it. Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Alright. I think it's time we go get out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick. food, Grum, chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry. We could look at the nice juicy burger on the bun to me, Nick. Another Nuck. You think I'd look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up the usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet meal. So if I decide that we have to make up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick, food!
Well, hiya, pal. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yep, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I'd hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him.
Hey, y'all did it again, city boy. I got us. I felt like my day old heart was gonna give out on me, and it ain't no joke.
Yeah, it seemed more exciting when the very last episode of The Sales Samurai.
Thanks.
Now look at here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor, and don't you reckon y'all bully Mr. Wright too hard? If y'all don't start nice on him, he might just kick you tonight.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now, getting around, man. I gotta start your picture into a genuine professional photographer.
Looks like Lotta's bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on now, tonight's all about eating, and let's get a showdown, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you're the one who saved the day, Detective.
Huh? Me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have been very different ending.
Ah, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait! That's odd. When I ran off the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was 4 items?
Oh, come on now, it's over.
But,
Oh boy. But oh boy, I'll tell you, y'all really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, y'all done with you, huh?
You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, I was really scared. It felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
It sounded like you had a rough gal. Oh, so where did you picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyways. I'm sure it was nice to finally see both of you smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing's picking something up.
oh, that's Mrs. Von Karma's receiver. Thanks, sir. I had the most awful experience in my life, sir. Can't believe this. She stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had a lot of fun tonight. Now, if you excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there.
If anyone should be saying things, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I could give him to express how I feel. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. It was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya! What is it, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean... Pearly! Would you cut it out already? It's embarrassing me.
Anyway, so, who's paying for this lovely dinner meal party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm kinda at a point where I can't even buy you some noodles, pal. Some kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I got a situation just like that myself. There's a camera shop in the hotel scene. And I just buy myself this good old buddy here. It cost me somewhere for $3,000.
Huh?
Actually, I reckon y'all bought me since it's on your tab and all.
Huh?
Isn't that great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like I'm screaming?
Aw, y'all don't need a whole bang out of here.
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
It's gonna be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been since I heard it. It's been busy since being a hostage and all.
Alright then. You say so. Damn. Claps in chat.
Oh, you really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge recently. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I'm so happy you could take Mystic Maya through, Nick. I'm so happy for you too. Speaking of which, I think the hotel is a proper place for honeymooners. So I sort of made a reservation for the 2 of you, just in case.
Bruh. Little girl needs to chill. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edward had a long talk with the chief and he's got me reinstated. I heard he said things like letting this one go is bad for the society. I knew it. Crashing head on into something is the only way to live, pal. Oh no. Alright, Bird Girl.
I'm Maggie Birdie, and retiring in this uniform for today, sir. And I've been waitress for way too long and bringing smiles and joy to people who come by to the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
She's the one who was accused of killing the attorney.
Yes, you are here, little agent. Contact the horny. Recently, yeah, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, I remember if I even laid so much in ire, I would go crack. I didn't matter if I got whipped out. Yes.
Man, bro, man's down bad for real, for real.
It is time we begin our quest for world circus domination, and let us world we a serious plan.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you really think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think we're just talking bunnies, even if they don't laugh at those jokes.
What?
I'm ready already. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ear. I'm getting more competitive with the humor. More girls represent. Well, I got a lax worked out for you, hallelujah core. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get with it. What's this? Is old electric razor recharging on stand? I can't believe this, really. How long do they make me plan on doing this? But it's judging whose idea it means I have a hidden meaning. But why do I get this feeling that they wouldn't forget about me? Would they? They would never. This old days, everyone thought this world of me. They would get used to Harley Quinn Wendy and treated like royalty, a pain in the heels and a bad but sweet. It was so hard to sit right there with thinking.
No, I can't do it, bro. She's too much.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me. At the bottom of my hand. Oh, right. I received a letter from Mrs. Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I would take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May you really be blessed with longevity.
Oh. March 23. Where are you going, Francesca? How did you know I was here?
With this.
But
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices, in his coat, for example.
that is just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of this. I don't know how it did end up in my luggage. But I am going to trash it, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, you told me something very interesting. When I ran off with things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
4 things? Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That is none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Kammer's daughter.
Francesca.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure such as things are not an option for me. My father was a genius. There was no doubt about that, but for me, I am no genius. I am always known that. But I have to be one. I had to.
You may not have been of genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You've been, always, and will be.
No, I am not. Not anymore. I have even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave this to me to hold on to.
Right.
You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm gonna say this again. Many prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you think deeply about what you should be striking down without whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always let me alone and walk on ahead without me. Maz Edgeworth, I always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then that girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. It was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know, I cannot do this. I cannot change who I am. I cannot throw away everything I've been until today.
I believe you can. Just like how Adriana Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews?
You were gonna use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Today, you will be chased after me. After I had left you behind all these years. And that's why you're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit, you walk down the prosecutor's path. Then, this is where we part ways, Francesca von Karma.
Oh, she's so cute.
I am Francisca von Karma. I don't think I'm going to work in your shadow forever. Hot battle begins now. You had to better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, I'll be sure we meet again in battle. Until then, the last piece of evidence that made it to you. I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when we last meet again.
Oh, Nick.
Okay. Drake's in chat. Drake's in chat. That was so good. Alright. And this is where I'll be ending the stream. I'll see you guys next time with a new episode of Phoenix Wright. We'll be doing Trials and Tribulations. See you guys later. Goodbye.